I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee. Yo-do-do-do-dee. I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee.
Hello, podcast persons, and welcome to the Breakfast with Mary Lee podcast. Hope you're getting through this summer heat in good fashion. Speaking of the heat, when you mention Watts, the Winchester area temporary thermal shelter, most people think of an organization that helps keep the homeless warm during the cold winter months. Well, they also keep our homeless population cool during the summer months. My guest on the podcast, Robyn Miller, is Executive Director of Watts. We'll be talking about the Watts Cooling Centers. Right now, though, your brain buster. In a recent survey, 2,000 people were asked, what's the top sign that you're an adult? Is it A, regular doctor visits, B, having a budget, or C, becoming a parent? The answer revealed at the end of the podcast. A quick scan of the podcast planner, nationaldaycalendar.com. Monday the 22nd, it's National Hammock Day. It's also National Mango Day. Current thought is that mangoes originated in India about 5,000 years ago. Tuesday the 23rd, National Vanilla Ice Cream Day, which would go great with mangoes. Wednesday the 24th, it's National Cousins Day. It's also National Drive-Thru Day. We've had drive-thrus since the 1930s. And the 24th is also National Tequila Day. Thursday, the 25th, it's National Hire a Veteran Day. The day was founded by Marine Corps vet Dan Caporale in 2017. The 25th is also National Hot Fudge Sunday. And by golly, it's also National Chili Dog Day. Friday, the 26th, National Aunts and Uncles Day. It's also National Disability Independence Day, commemorating the Americans with Disabilities Act in 1990. Saturday the 27th, it's National Day of the Cowboy, and on Sunday the 28th, it's National Parents Day and National Milk Chocolate Day. All right, let's talk about keeping our homeless comfortable during the hot summer months. Well, everyone is familiar with the incredible program Watts, the Winchester area temporary thermal shelter, and how they take care of the homeless during the cold winter months and the logistics of rotating to different churches and the volunteers involved. Well, summertime, where do the homeless go to stay cool? And we are facing a brutal heat wave right now. Joining me on the podcast is Robyn Miller, Executive Director of Watts, and we're here to talk about the Cooling Center. Robyn, thanks for this timely message and appreciate your being on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
This heat is brutal. Tell us how the Cooling Center works and when you open.
The Cooling Center will open July 29th. We are at Montague Avenue United Methodist Church, which is at 102 Montague Avenue. It's about one block from a bus stop on either Loudon or Braddock Street, so it's very easy to access. And we are open from noon to 5, Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday from 1 to 5. And it's open to anybody who might need to get a break from the heat. It's nice and cold, and we have snacks and food and drinks, and it's just a place to sit and cool off for the day.
So how do people participate? Do they just walk in, or do they need to register or anything, or just stop by?
Not at all. They can just stop by. We're on the side of the building on the Braddock Street side, so they can just come down the stairs and knock on the door, and we'll open the door, and they're welcome to come inside.
So we know now that folks can go to the Montague Avenue United Methodist Church to cool off, but it's a lot more than just snacks and cooling off. Share the good news about showers.
Yes, this location has a shower for anyone who might need to shower. As you can imagine, when it's this hot, you really do want to be able to clean yourself and cool off. To run that shower, we do need volunteers. So if anyone wants to go to our website, which is watts/homelessshelter.org. There's a sign-up genius. We can offer showers as long as there's a volunteers there to help us run the shower program. We also need T-shirts and underwear for our guests, so when they shower, we can offer them clean underwear and T-shirts, and we're very excited that we have an opportunity to offer showers.
When we're outside and whether we're running errands or working in the yard and we're miserable, but we always know that we can jump in that shower and relief is on the way. But for folks that don't have that advantage, it's something we take for granted. So, man, hats off. This is a huge plus.
Yes, it is. It's very exciting.
Besides shower volunteers, where else can you use volunteers, Robyn?
We also usually have a volunteer in there to help with the managers and doing simple things like making coffee or putting out snacks. We also need people to provide lunches if they can. They can either come in and volunteer to serve those lunches, or they can just drop the food off if they're not able to do that. We're happy either way. We'd like to have lots of opportunities for our guests to eat because it might be the only meal they get that day. So just go to our website at wattshomelessshelter.org, and once again, there's a sign-up genius there to sign up to volunteer in any way or to donate a meal.
And obviously, to run air conditioners and lights and to provide snacks, this takes money, so I'm sure that monetary donations are very welcome.
They are. One of the reasons we were able to open last week and unexpectedly is because the church we're in, Montague, actually donated the money. And the reason we're not opening till July 29th is because we do not have the funds to open any sooner. So any monetary donation would be very welcome because it's not simply opening your door. There's a lot of prep work and things. And of course, there's staffing that has to happen when we open the shelter.
One more time on the church location of Montague Avenue, United Methodist Church, and the days and hours that the cooling center is open.
Sure. We are open Monday through Saturday from noon to 5 and on Sunday from 1 to 5. And it's located at 102 Montague Avenue, which is on the corner of Montague and Braddock Street.
And a tip of the headphones to Montague Avenue United Methodist Church for walking the walk and talking the talk, opening their doors and serving those in need. That's an awesome partnership.
Yes, we are so grateful that they just not only opened their church, but they've opened their pocketbooks to allow us to come in, especially during the last week's heat wave. So they have been incredibly generous to offer this program.
Well, Robyn, thank you so much for sharing the news on the Cooling Center. Robyn Miller is the Executive Director of Winchester Area Temporary Thermal Shelter. Thanks to you and all the volunteers for what you do.
Thank you so much.
Before we say so long, let's see how you did on the Brain Buster. In a recent survey, 2,000 people were asked, what's the top sign that you're an adult? Is it A, regular doctor visits, B, having a budget, or C, becoming a parent? And the answer is B, having a budget. I love it when we get together like this on the podcast. Please share my website, breakfastwithbarrylee.com, with others so they can join us too. In closing, if heat makes things expand, then really, we're not fat. We're just really, really hot. Have a blessed week.